Hello everyone, I'm Nazarat Fatima. Welcome to LiveLaw. You all are aware of the matter pertaining to the challenge to abrogation of Article 370, a step which was taken in the year 2019 on August 5. The arguments of the Union government and the other respondents in the Article 370 matter came to an end, and the rejoinder arguments commenced as well. The matter is being heard by a constitution bench comprising CJI DY Chandrachud, Justices Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Sanjiv Khanna, Gavai and Surya Kant. Mr. Kapil Sibal began with contending that most of the arguments raised by the respondents were unsolicited and without reference to the arguments made by the petitioners. He clarified that no one from the petitioners' side challenged the sovereignty of India. Continuing his course of submissions, he said, and I quote, "I was somewhat pained when one counsel argued that we respect the sentiments of people of Jammu and Kashmir, but you must also respect our sentiments. We cannot reduce this case to an emotive majoritarian interpretation of Constitution of India. All residents in Jammu and Kashmir are the citizens of India. If historically there's an article which gives them certain rights, they are entitled to defend that as a matter of law. To say that you must respect our sentiments as if there's somebody else itself is creating a kind of chasm it should not be created." Later, Mr. Sibal took the bench through the history of the accession of Jammu and Kashmir with India to interpret Article 370 in its historical context. He stated that J&K, unlike other princely states, had no links with India geographically, and the two principles on the basis of which the accession had to take place was contiguity and population, and the said decision had to be taken by the ruler. He said that as such, in the historical context, one must note that what happened in Jammu and Kashmir was only to ensure that Jammu and Kashmir became an integral part of India. Following this argument, Mr. Sibal asserted that the argument made by the respondents that the Parliament had plenary powers under the Constitution in its application to Jammu and Kashmir was incorrect, as the power of Parliament to make laws with respect to Jammu and Kashmir was limited by Article 370. He said that as such, there was no such plenary power with the Parliament, and it was for the Council of Ministers to decide what laws would apply to J&K and not the Parliament. He stated that the same was to ensure that there was slow integration of Jammu and Kashmir to India through a process that was easy and allowed the two executives to communicate with each other. Mr. Sibal asserted that as per Article 370 Clause 3, the first step was for there to be a recommendation from the Constituent Assembly, and it was after that the President could pass any order. He also said that the order cannot be reversed. At this juncture, the CJI remarked that the Indian Constitution did not clarify what was to be done after the Jammu and Kashmir Constitution came into force, and there was no express provision in that regard. Thus, he stated that in the context of there being no express provision for the process to be followed post the integration was over, there were certain silences left in Article 370. Mr. Sibal in its response remarked that the Constitution has to be interpreted, and what the silences in the Constitution are is not to be looked into. Later, Mr. Sibal focused on the contention that the exercise of Article 356 was illegal. He stated that the Union had first substituted the Constituent Assembly with the Legislative Assembly and had then imposed the President's rule under Article 356, by which it made the Parliament the Legislative Assembly to give consent to itself. Disapproving the same, he said, and I quote, "The process under Article 356 is that you keep the Assembly in a suspended animation. If you find that there is no possibility after imposing 356, you dissolve and hold elections." That's all about for today. We hope you like our content. If you do, please like and share our videos. Also subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Thank you for watching.